and I are just general folk. We run our own business in country Victoria. We just enjoy travelling around and enjoying what this great country's got to offer. We get out as often as we can. My wife and I started off just after we got married with a 6x4 trailer and a canopy, and we travelled Australia for 7 months. That was our introduction into this lifestyle. We then went on to have some children. We had swags and small tents. We then grew out of that and brought a soft floor camper trailer, which was Australian-made product, and it was great. We loved it. We travelled to Fraser Island, lots of little trips around Victoria, and a little bit of into Central Australia with it. We really just loved where we could get with that camper trailer. So when we decided, or when the kids grew up and we decided that the soft floor camper was a little bit too much work for us, we started looking into what would suit our needs. And it was tough. We spent 4 years of caravan shows, all sorts of caravans, campers, working out what we wanted and what we didn't want. Yeah, that was a long journey for us, because what I wanted was not exactly what my wife wanted, and what she wanted wasn't exactly what I wanted. But we did know that it had to have four-wheel drive capabilities so that we could get to those places away from other people, or into that special spot where you could watch the sunset, or the bush, or wherever it was that we were going, the rivers and the creeks. So we started looking at all of the off-road able caravans. I had heard of Conqueror many years ago, but even back then couldn't afford one, didn't know much about them, but just loved them. So when we got serious about our caravan searching, we really focused on what we wanted, and we just kept coming back to the Conqueror. And through that, we bumped into Discover 4x4, and the guys there were really good in just allowing us to learn about the product, learn what it could do, very informative, and then hence we made our decision. That was in 2021, and never looked back. We did a lot of COVID trips. That was hard because we were keen to go to Cape York. That was cancelled twice just due to lockdowns. So we managed some lockdown trips into the Western Desert in Victoria and along the Murray into the high country. So that was sort of practice runs for us. Then we did a lot of the Flinders Ranges when we could get into South Australia. Went down Long Robe and Beachport, did a lot of beach runs there. And then finally, all of that was in preparation for our big trip, which was last year. We went to Cape York, and we managed to get all the way up there with some family and friends, and we planned to do all the tracks with the van. That included the Frenchman's track and the tally track. I didn't do gunshot, well, that's silly. And it was just unbelievable how we could just live out of it and travel. The ease of pack up and set up, the ability for the trailer to travel on the corrugations, the ability for it to not let any dust in, the storage factors, all of those things. We just realised how lucky we were in our decision to purchase a Conqueror. Yeah, so future trips we've got planned, probably the biggest one we'll do will be Fraser Island, hopefully later this year. We've done roughly 25,000 kilometres in the last 2 years of ownership. In that time, from a maintenance point of view, we've had very little issue with the trailer. So in our 25,000 kilometres of ownership, we have had very little issues other than wear and tear. We're planning to do Fraser Island later this year, and then further from that, we've got a son up in Darwin, so Arnhem Land will be on the cards. I want to get out to Nullumbi and head back through Central Australia, probably do the Old Gown Railway again, which we did with our kids when they were little, and then come back through New South Wales. Just a tip on if you're looking to buy any sort of trailer, my recommendations first of all is backup service. Must have backup service. Spare parts. Remember, when you're travelling, you're going to be in the middle of nowhere sometimes. You need to know you can get the spare parts easily. And then to the product itself, whatever it's going to be, you want to make sure it's sturdy, that it's strong, and that it can actually do what it's advertised to do. And it can handle the water, it can handle the dust, it can handle any sort of corrugations that you're going to do with it. And likely so, fit into the main road, fit into the caravan parks, have the ability to do all that sort of camping, because you're going to use it for anything and everything. For us, it came down to just a tough caravan that could go where we wanted to go. We found these Conquerors. We chose the 490 490 because it is a tough caravan. We've proven that it's a tough caravan. Even when we take it back to Discover 4x4 for maintenance, it's just little things, little wear and tears and scratches that we've got to fix, nothing major. So I highly recommend that if you want to go for a tough caravan, Conqueror, any in the range, the UEV 440 or the UEV 490 or even now the UEV 14, highly recommend come down and have a look. You'll certainly be impressed.